Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please like and subscribe and have a look at my videos. I really appreciate all the new subscribers and I really appreciate all the love you guys have been giving me. And today I actually want to talk about the planes of the spirit world. So in the spirit world we have basically 7 planes of existence. Or actually not in the spirit world, we have 7 planes of existence generally, all right, because some of them are in the spirit world, and then of course we also have the physical world that we live in. So before I start, I just want to say that these planes that I'm going to be discussing, the information in this video I found on different sources, from different sources. I found these bits of info on websites and from basically through word of mouth and speaking to people and dreams that I've had. And it's not word for word. My notes are not word for word what I found on the different sources, because that would be plagiarism, obviously. So I've just basically taken my knowledge from various sources and combined them to make this video. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm not gonna just ramble on and on and on about each plane. I just want to give a little bit of background information about the various planes. So the 7 planes of existence basically are the physical plane, the astral plane, the mental plane, the causal plane, the spiritual plane, the monadic plane, and the divine plane. Okay, these planes can also be called realms. So the different realms of existence basically. Alright, so I am reading these from the notes that I've written. I'm reading these little notes from my notes. That didn't make sense. I'm reading from my notes, okay? And we'll just summarize a little bit of all the different planes. Okay, so basically, let me just have a look. Alright, so in the physical plane, that is obviously the plane where we all live. It's the earthly plane. It has a high density. It's based on human experience. Because we are human, our vibrations are generally lower than that of spiritual beings. But through doing spiritual practices like meditation, yoga, balancing chakras, etc., we can raise our vibration. So we can also listen to music, songs that make us feel good. We can do chanting, we can maybe do some artwork or anything that really makes you feel happy to raise your vibration. And the problem with that is that people who have spirits attached, entities attached to them, or addictions usually stay stuck on this plane. So meaning that their vibration will always be low, excuse me, unless they actually make the decision to raise their vibration. Okay, so let me just see. That is basically the physical plane. Okay, it is where we stay now. It's where we are in our physical bodies. It's Earth. Then we have the astral plane. So before I read what it says about the astral plane, I can just tell you that the astral plane is the plane that we visit in our dreams. So I don't know, a lot of you probably know about the term astral projection, where you actually feel a split between your body and spirit. So there's that silver cord that basically is like an umbilical cord of sorts that attaches your spirit body to your physical body. And during astral projection, your spirit leaves your body, but then obviously returns again. But when you've actually crossed over to the other side and you find yourself in the astral plane has 2 different levels in essence. Okay, so the lower astral plane is, I want to say it's like purgatory in the Catholic faith, or it's like a hell of sorts. It can be dark and very eerie. It's where spirits go through a period of intense reflection Okay, so when you get to that side of the astral plane, you basically are greeted with nothingness. You don't quite know what's going on yet, especially if your death was very sudden or it just happened in a very traumatic manner. So then you would feel like there's just this dark abyss around you. But then you could actually bypass that level and go to the upper level of the astral plane, which is more of a halfway station between Earth and the spirit world. So it's a traveling plane. A lot of traveling happens there. It's basically also where you are met by your spirit guides and family members that have crossed over. Then we have the mental plane, which is very similar to Earth. It's actually like Earth because the setting is more or less the same. So you could find that there are houses and other things that remind you of your earthly life, but obviously they're not physical, they're not tangible. So things like cars, food, houses, swimming pools, those things are all within the mental plane. Of course, within the mental plane, there's no sickness. There is no need to really eat to sustain your body or your spirit because you are dead. But like I said, if you took pleasure in certain physical things in your physical earthly life, then these things will be found within the mental plane. Okay, so it says, what I've written is basically whatever your heart desires, you will find there. Your mind, even though your mind isn't active, it's almost like you create your own reality within the mental plane. Alright, so you manifest your environment to mirror the life that you had on Earth. So whatever home you had, whatever job you had, whatever hobbies you had, you can still continue doing those within the mental plane. But then of course, on this level, your soul must either, or your spirit must either return to Earth to learn more, or move on to the fourth plane to continue the evolution. And the reason for that is because on the previous level, the astral plane, that is where the reincarnation, etc. happens, because we said it's a traveling plane. Right, then the fourth level is the causal plane. So then within this plane, your desires for earthly contact all disappear because you are now becoming one with spirit, with source. Your soul continues to explore the confines of the earthly plane, but it's not held down by earthly needs or wants. So reincarnation is no longer necessary. Your soul is finding true freedom. By the way, I will put a summary of these levels in the comment section. So basically you are distancing yourself now from earthly needs, earthly desires, because you are growing in the spirit world. Then level 5 is the spiritual plane itself. Okay, so your soul actually takes on the body of a flame or something similar, and you can travel freely throughout the spiritual universe, or the universe itself, without any harm. You continue to grow in understanding, and you keep your individuality, but you can merge with your group, with your soul group. These are spirits who vibrate at the same level as your spirit. So you together are learning more about the universe, and you're growing on a spiritual level with spirits and souls that are on your level of vibration. And then of course we have the 6th level, which is the Monadic Plane, where basically souls have lived through all aspects of the universe now, and they've basically completed their growth process. So they no longer have any need for matter or form, and they exist purely as white light. So emotion is absent, and the spirits are so in line with source that they actually become the pure thought of the creator. And that is the ultimate goal, for us to actually merge with source and to be free of all human responsibilities and restrictions. And then the last level is basically the domain of God, okay, or source. It is called the divine plane. Here the soul loses form and becomes one with God. And like I said, that is the ultimate goal. So you have now freed yourself from all human confines, restrictions, things that were holding you back, and you have now become one with essence. So that is basically, according to spiritualism, those are the 7 planes of existence. And like I said, depending on what level of vibration your spirit is on while you're still alive, your spirit will then progress to different levels once you've crossed over to the other side, to the spirit world. So that is basically why it is always good to do things that make you happy and raise your vibration. And I'm so sorry, I have a bit of a sinus issue going on. So what I wanted to say is that you want to grow, not only in the physical world, but in the spiritual world as well. And if there are certain lessons that you feel you still need to learn, you will then choose to be reincarnated into a different physical body and learn different lessons all over again and start the growth process all over again. But the last thing I wanted to say is that spiritualists don't believe in heaven or hell, but they do believe in that dark abyss of uncertainty, of not finding peace, not finding rest, which could be seen as a form of hell. And then heaven is basically where, you become one with God, you become one with spirit, you no longer feel any, I don't want to say remorse, but you're at peace. There's no emotion, like we said. There's nothing holding you back, nothing tying you to your life that you lived within the physical realm. So that is it for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from it, and I will definitely put a summary in the comment section. Thanks for watching.